Oliver's Extraordinary Adventure in Neverland. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Neverland, there was a young boy named Oliver who was 7 years old. Oliver loved to dream about flying and going on adventures. One night, as he was lying in bed, he heard a soft tap on his window. To his amazement, it was Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. "Hello, Oliver." Peter Pan greeted with a big smile. "Would you like to come to Neverland with me and have an extraordinary adventure?" Oliver's eyes widened with excitement. "Yes, please," he exclaimed. With a sprinkle of pixie dust from Tinker Bell, who was Peter Pan's best friend, Oliver felt a strange but wondrous sensation. Suddenly, he was lifted off his bed and began to fly. They soared through the night sky, over sparkling seas and lush green islands, until they reached Neverland. Oliver couldn't believe his eyes. Neverland was even more magical than he had imagined. There were mermaids singing by the lagoon, fairies dancing in the moonlight, and the lost boys playing happily in their treehouse. "Welcome to Neverland," Peter Pan announced proudly. "Here, you can have the most amazing adventures and never have to grow up." Oliver and Peter Pan became fast friends. They played all day long, exploring the island and discovering its hidden treasures. They climbed the tallest trees, swam with the mermaids, and had thrilling sword fights with imaginary pirates. One day, as they were exploring a mysterious cave, they heard a menacing voice echoing through the darkness. "Arr, Peter Pan. I've got you now." It was Captain Hook, Peter Pan's sworn enemy. Captain Hook had been searching for Peter Pan for years, and now he had finally cornered him. But Oliver was not about to let his friend be captured. With bravery in his heart, Oliver faced Captain Hook. "You won't get Peter Pan as long as I'm here," Oliver declared, his voice steady and strong. Captain Hook laughed wickedly. "And what can a little boy do to stop me?" Oliver remembered the stories he'd heard about Captain Hook's fear of crocodiles. Thinking quickly, he grabbed a nearby stick and began to make thumping sounds on the cave walls, mimicking the ticking of a clock. Captain Hook's face paled with terror. "Tick-tock, tick-tock, the crocodile. It's coming for me," he shouted, and with that, he turned and fled from the cave, leaving behind his sword and hat. "You did it, Oliver," Peter Pan cheered, his eyes shining with admiration. "You were so brave." Tinker Bell, who had been watching from above, flew down and hugged Oliver tightly. "You really saved the day," she said with a twinkle in her eye. From that day on, Oliver was a hero in Neverland. He had learned the true meaning of bravery and friendship. Together, they celebrated with a grand feast that included Peter Pan's favorite dessert, chocolate cake. They danced and sang under the stars, knowing that their bond of friendship made them unstoppable. When it was time for Oliver to return home, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell promised that they would always be just a thought away. With a final sprinkle of pixie dust, Oliver soared back to his room, his heart filled with the joy of his incredible adventure. As he lay in bed, Oliver closed his eyes and smiled, knowing that whenever he believed in himself, he could accomplish anything. He drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the magical world of Neverland and the friends who made it so special. And so, dear Oliver, may you always remember the bravery and friendship that made your adventure in Neverland unforgettable. Sweet dreams, and until the next adventure, always believe in yourself.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.